All right, what's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to today's edition of our DNA. The revolution is not apologized. And today's topic is, one that has gotten more attention over the last couple of years since the drawdowns of the wars in Afghanistan and the drawdown in Iraq, and that is the militarization of police departments around the country. Now, today I had the pleasure of, I watched a documentary, and it's a 2016 documentary called Do Not Resist. And it further brought to my attention, to the degree that police departments are being armored and militarized. Namely, one of the biggest examples of that is the protests in Ferguson, Missouri, after the shooting of Michael Brown, and that particular piece of hardware that is called, it's an MRAP, and that is basically a mine ambush proof vehicle used by the United States Marine Corps overseas in Afghanistan. And while it doesn't come to the police department with a 50 millimeter cannon on it, it's still, it's a little heavy, for, at least in my opinion, for, relatively everyday use. For, basically they use those for SWAT teams, and in doing research after watching that documentary this morning, I found a 2014 article in the New York Times about police departments being armored up by the U.S. government. And police departments they getting silencers. I don't know why the police would need a silencer. The police are getting bayonets. I don't know why the police would need bayonets. It's just, I'm gonna put the link to that article from the New York Times, like I said, and it's from 2014. I'm gonna put the link in the description box, and you can just go there and read it for yourself. But the purpose of this video is to basically tell you guys, make you guys aware of that documentary. Like I said, it's called Do Not Resist, and it's pretty eye-opening. You get to see a couple of raids where the police are using this equipment and the types of things that are becoming more routine, for police, like SWAT raids, SWAT raids of barbershops, is mentioned in that article. And the raid the only thing that comes out of the raid is people cutting hair without a license, without a barber's license. So if you using military vehicles to perform raids on barbershops, and then when you get inside the barbershop, the only thing you can arrest somebody for is cutting hair without a license. Sounds pretty petty to me, but who knows why they were serving warrants to begin with, but I still feel that's besides the point. Any person, at least myself, if I was to see military vehicles driving down, my neighborhood street, that would give me pause, to see that kind of heavy armament, being used by the, there's no precedent that's been set for police departments to have that kind of material, at their disposal. And I'm not necessarily, I can't necessarily say that they shouldn't or that they may not need something like that at some point. But when you're using those types of equipment, that's military, that's battlefield equipment. Now, I don't know if you guys consider, America a battleground, or urban battlefield, but I do not. We have our spats of violence here or there, but I mean, mostly once the police show up, it's handled. It's not days long, drawn out standoffs, unless it's with a militia that's taking over a federal building in Oregon, if you know what I mean. But as far as needing this type of armament for day to day, activities that they have been doing just fine, and now they do more of, and some would say it's because they have this equipment. Like, okay, we got this big old heavy, scary truck. Let's bust down somebody's door at 5 in the morning, you know what I'm saying, to arrest a drug dealer. But at the end of the day, are you fine with some weed crumbs in a backpack? So that's one of the things that you see in the documentary. And like I said, but definitely that New York Times article, go, give that a check. You know what I'm saying? It's a good read. It's informative, and it, like I said, it gives you pause. And also in the documentary, I mean, you see some of the guys who are in charge of, issuing out this equipment or granting the money to the cities and municipalities to purchase this equipment from the government on the cheap, if not free. And he didn't really have any good reason as to why police departments were getting this equipment, and the senator who was questioning him, even a Republican and a Democrat were like, really kind of grilling him on the need for such equipment, particularly in one case, it was in a town that had 3,500 people and one full-time cop. I believe, I could be wrong, but like I said, check out the documentary, then you'll find out for sure. But I know for sure that he said that the town had one full-time cop, but they had 2 MRAPs. So if you're curious, what I'm saying, after you're done watching this video, I suggest go Google the MRAP. What I'm saying, and have a look at it for yourself. Just now, but just imagine it painted black with a star or a badge on the side with Your City USA on it, you know what I mean? And granted, while there's a lot of things that goes on around the country that make the country seem like a really big, real scary place right now, those things, honestly, in the number of people that we have and the number of events, those things are few and far between. And even and that's why understanding that even the ones that we have are too many. I don't think a police department having a giant Humvee is going to stop a school shooting that's already happened. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see, I don't see any use for it. You know what I'm saying? And you don't purchase this equipment unless you're going to use it. And a lot of times we're talking about police officers who haven't even been trained to use this material properly. You know what I'm saying? This is just basically toys that the police departments go out and buy and put to use whenever they get a chance. Like, oh my God, there's some civil unrest. Go get the tank, go get the rocket launcher, the flashbangs, and whatever else, you know what I'm saying, that you can find. So I would suggest that we all stay vigilant and keep an eye, because it's like they're building an army on the low, and it's been referred to a lot of times. They say the police department is the biggest gang in the United States of America. Now, and I'm not here to bash the police, not at all. I believe they're necessary for whatever it's worth, but I don't think that they should be armed up like an army, to disperse the citizens of the United States, when they're expressing their rights, when they're protesting peacefully, and from time to time, there's going to be some rabble rousers in the crowd, some people who might throw things, but I don't think that's cause to litter a crowd with flashbang grenades or pepper spray cannons or stuff like that. I mean, it's just uncalled for. I mean, and honestly, I say that really once the American people as a whole really start to wake up You know what I'm saying? When I say the American people, I don't just, I mean black people, white people, you know what I'm saying, Hispanics, Native Americans, like everybody that's here. Once we all collectively start to wake up a little bit, you know, I think we'll be in the streets more as a collective. And when you can see the true melting pot that is the United States, you know what I'm saying, once we begin to wake up and see what's being done to us and around us and to our fellow citizens and our fellow human beings, you know, and that's what I mean. So when I changed the name of the video series from the fade to the revolution does not apologize, is because it shouldn't. And you know, there's a negative connotation to revolution, you know. But this revolution I'm talking about, they should have no negative connotation to it, because it is about waking up, and not just waking up one specific group. It's about waking up everybody and realizing that we have all the same things in common. You know, I look at things this way. This is how I think about things. There's a lot of things that I may speak about in these videos and in conversations in general that may not ever affect me. You know what I'm saying? They may not ever affect me, but I see it and I feel like I feel like I need to say something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to address it, even though it may never affect me personally. But it's affecting somebody, and I feel that it's wrong. You know, I see things that we should keep, that we should keep our eyes on, that we should be looking at hard. We should really be scrutinizing. You know what I'm saying? As a country, as Americans, you know what I'm saying? Because we could all get behind not wanting to look up one day and realize that the police is an army keeping us in or keeping us out, however you want to look at it. You know, because when you see police, when you see people basically peacefully protesting, and then you see police in full-on riot gear, you know what I'm saying? Like these people got Molotov cocktails out and they're flipping over cars, you know, and you know, and on some nights, you know, it might have been that, but on several occasions there wasn't that. But there was an extreme show of force, and the show of force is to quell protest. Period. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you out there. They want you to stay in your house and shut up and take it. You know what I'm saying? Take their story. This is what happened. This is why it happened. It was his fault. It was her fault. You know, there's no bias here. There's nothing to see. Turn your cameras off. That's what they want. They want you to stay in the house. They want you to mind your business. They want you to only worry about yourself. They want you to only worry about yourself while other people are out there getting their heads bashed in, getting the windows busted out of their house at dark 30 in the morning to go in there and shake your son down for some weed crumbs in his backpack. You know, so, I mean, and a lot of people talk about their tax dollars, how their tax dollars are being spent. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we should come up with something where the police got to tell us how they clocking these man hours for all these crazy raids that they do with their big new toys that don't produce anything. You know what I'm saying? If anything, charges that the person's going to walk on the same day. But like I said, it was something, a documentary that I saw. Like I said, it's called Do Not Resist. I think it's a good documentary. I think it's very informative, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. Because like I said, I did, and that led me to go and look up some other things. And that's, like I said, I found the New York Times article from June 8, 2014. And like I said, I'm going to put the link for that in the description box. And I suggest you go and read that. And, you know, and everybody has conversations about this, that, and the other. But if this stuff sticks in your mind, hey, plant this seed in somebody else. You know, or if nothing else, you know, send them to the video. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm here because there's a ready-made platform right here in YouTube to where I can speak directly to the people I care about. And that's everybody. I care about everybody. I don't want to X out any group because we all here together. You know what I'm saying? But like anything else in life, you know, you push it where you gotta push it, right? But that's why I do this. I'm not doing this for a specific group or I'm doing this for everybody. What I have to say is information I want everybody to look into, and you decide for yourself if you're cool with that. Myself personally, I'm not cool with the police departments having tanks. I'm just not. I don't see the need for it. You know, will a day come that we wish police had tanks? Maybe. I hope not. I doubt it though. But look, this is Mr. Williams, aka the Irate Mastermind. The revolution does not apologize, and neither do you. 100.